Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels, and this is another segment of That Word Doesn't Mean What You Think It Means. Today's word is in reference to cancel culture, and our prime example is going to be JD versus AH. That word is consequences. Now, this definition for the word is coming from collinsdictionary.com. Consequences of something are the results or effects of an action. Synonyms are result, effect, outcome, repercussion. Alright, folks, now that we've gone over the definition, let's talk about how this word has been repeatedly misused. It is most often misused by those who would like to contend that cancel culture is not a thing, and in fact, what we call cancel culture is in fact the consequences of a person's actions. Right? Now here's the problem. Consequences imply that there was indeed a provable action taken in which this so-called not cancel culture, this is just merely a natural consequence of an action taken. But what if there was no actions taken? What if we are looking at a false allegation or a false claim, in which case a person then becomes guilty by either association or by allegation before any facts are actually out on a matter? Well, in that case, using the word consequence makes no sense, because if no provable actions are taken, then there cannot be consequences, right? So, when you go forward and demand that someone be removed from a film, for example, from a franchise, to have basically everything taken away from you, or attempted to be taken away from you in JD's case, over allegations, you cannot claim that it is, as you say, consequences, because actions have not been proven to have taken place at all. And JD is by far not the only person that people have claimed that their removal from the Hollywood scene, from movies, what have you, are consequences before evidence has come up. You have people in regards to such as and I don't know his last name, forgive me, but you have the Kick Vic folks, for example. You have other Hollywood celebrities that have been brought up as a part of cancel culture. You've even had people in ordinary, everyday lives, such as the lacrosse team a few years back, who have had their entire lives canceled and their futures ruined based on allegations. You cannot say that their lives being destroyed was consequences, because with that lacrosse team, it was later proven that they did not do the actions for which they had everything taken away from them. This is misused all the time, whether you're talking Gina Carano or whether you're talking some other celebrity, where someone will always say, well, that is just a consequence of what they've done. It's not cancel culture. This is them having to pay for what they've done. Now, in Gina's case, in this regards with what happened to her, you can say she did put out the tweet. There is some bias there. There is consequences for one, but not for the other. That's not really what we're talking about here. When people throw around the word consequences to someone that has been a victim of cancel culture, before they use the word, they need to actually do the actual homework first before throwing that word around. Or really, they're not helping their case. Case in point, JD versus AH. Everybody was more than okay, as far as the larger media was concerned, to go ahead and throw him under the bus before the facts were even out or his side was even heard. At all. At all. So, because they went and removed him from not one but two major franchises based on allegations alone, but not facts, because no actions had been proven to have taken place at all, what happened to him was not consequences. That was cancel culture. You can argue with me all day that cancel culture does not exist. But if you don't believe me, dig into this case. Take a look at the evidence that JD has brought forward since the allegations went out. And then, when you've reviewed the facts, tell me if what he has experienced is due to consequences, or if it is, in fact, cancel culture on a witch hunt. When you use consequences, and it is based on allegations, you don't really have a full understanding of the word, because for there to be consequences, a provable action had to have actually taken place. So, if you're going to use that word and try to convince the world that cancel culture doesn't exist, you better be able to lay out the actual facts that proved an action took place before you go immediately to that defense. Alright, folks. That's all I got for this afternoon. I'm still at war with the split screen, folks. I may have to bite the bullet and invest in some software. I will definitely be getting to you with more JDAH videos, as well as what's going on in the disability community as well once I do. In the meantime, folks, as always, we don't get many views on this channel, so please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and please don't forget to hit the comments. Now, with our 151 subscribers, I do thank every single one of you. But if you all could please start sharing this on all your social media platforms, me and the cat over here would truly appreciate it. We will start streaming on this channel, and I do have plans for it, and I am prepping for it once I am able to get that software going, and once I can get coherent, constant lighting working for me as soon as possible. And again, as always, folks, we do appreciate your time here over at Spilling Tea, and we do hope you have a good one. Bye-bye now.